I am going to take the cheapest flight every single day. I have absolutely no idea where I'm going to end up. Let's find out. Yes, that is correct. 5 countries in 5 days. Why am I doing this? For fun? Anyway, let's see what happens. I'm currently in Rome, Italy, and the first country is Malta. Let's go to Valletta. Welcome to Malta International Airport. First of all, I think this is the first airport that I've been to that's named after the country. Like, it's not Valletta Airport, it's Malta Airport. Number 2, that flight was 1 hour and 5 minutes. Maybe the shortest flight I've ever taken. Number 3, I think that's the safest flight I've ever been on because there was a nun on the plane and I knew it wasn't going to crash. So everything we do during this 5-day trip is going to be on a budget. So that Ryanair flight from Rome to Malta cost me £12. I have no idea how Ryanair can fly me to another country for £12. I have no idea. But it was so quick, it was so convenient, and welcome to Malta. This is actually a new country for me. I think it's the 64th country that I've been to. And now we're gonna take a bus to Valletta. I think when I die and go to heaven, it's gonna be this temperature. It's absolutely perfect. It's currently 72 degrees here in Valletta. So the bus from the airport to Valletta took around 20 minutes. It was €2.50, and I'll be back at the airport tomorrow morning. No idea where I'm going, but find out at the end of the video because I'm gonna find out at the end of the video too because I don't know. Like I said, I've never been to Malta before and I really didn't know what to expect. In my mind, it looks like Italy. I don't know if that's gonna be true, but Sicily is not too far away. It's just across the water. But yeah, at the moment, kind of a little bit Italy, a little bit Greece. But that's the Triton fountain. And now we're gonna head inside the city. So this right here, this is the city gate. So now I am officially in Valletta, Malta. It's the only European capital city that's a National Heritage Site. And I must say, it's beautiful. It kind of looks Arabic. Wow, this is gonna be fun. Once again, it always makes me laugh. City gate, probably a million years old, and right there, there's a Burger King. It is spotless. The streets are so clean. The weather's so good. Wow. It is a Sunday, so there's so many people. There's people everywhere. We started way up there and I saw the sea right at the end. Look at that. That is amazing. I don't know anything about Malta, to be honest. I do know that they have some war history, and also Malta used to be governed by the UK, or used to be something to do with the UK. There's people swimming down there. The water is crystal clear. Wow, I bet that water feels amazing. I wonder what sport they play here. What could this be for? It's definitely giving me vibes of Italy and Greece. There's cruise ships here too. Beautiful port to stop in. I think that bigger cruise ship says Norwegian Escape. We're gonna get a closer look. I'm so excited for this challenge. Look at this beautiful place. The world is beautiful. I have no idea where I'm going to be in 24 hours time. Will it be as beautiful as this? Maybe yes, maybe no. But we're seeing the world. I see another ship just around the corner. It says MSC something. Not sure. So there's 3 ships here and a very expensive yacht over there. Probably $100 million. So I'm not sure when you're going to watch this video, but today's date is May the 12th. It's a Sunday. And the ships here right now are... We have the Silver Sea Silver Spirit. Over there is the Norwegian Escape. We also have the Sea Dream 2. So if you were on a ship that docked in Valletta, Malta on May the 12th, 2024, then we were in Valletta at the same time. One thing that I did learn very, very quickly is that the roads here are absolutely crazy. I don't know if it's because people are bad drivers or because the roads are so small. We are heading up. So that's small, and there is the Sea Dream 2. I think that's very, very, very expensive. The smaller ones usually are very expensive. The Norwegian Escape looks beautiful. Look at that huge thing. Wow, I'd love to cruise on that. Last year I cruised on a Norwegian Getaway, and that was amazing. So I'd love to do the Norwegian Escape sometime. We're going up. I think a lot of these people are heading back to the ships. You know, I just got off an MSC cruise with my mum. Thank you for watching those videos, but cruising is so fun. And I guess a land vacation is so different. Like, you gotta find your own food, you gotta find your accommodation, you gotta do fun stuff, and you know, cruising is everything's there right there for you, and everything's, you know, everything's taken care of. Like, love cruising so much, can't wait to do another cruise, hopefully very, very soon. But yeah, you can see this is the Norwegian Escape. That is the, I think it's the MSC, oh, I think it says Splendia, maybe I got that wrong. But oh, it looks like it's in dry dock. I think over there's a dry dock. Still walking up a hill, there's a garden up there we're going to go to. But yeah, I think that's the MSC Splendia. And if you don't know what dry dock is, it means that like the ship is literally not in the water right now. They take all the water away, so they're doing renovations basically. Usually that every cruise ship, maybe every 4 or 5 years, goes into a dry dock. So that's what the MSC is doing right now. It's funny that in the news now, like the bigger ships are coming and this ship has 8,000 people, whatever. But actually the smaller ships are the most expensive ones. You know, I mean, it depends what you want, because if you want like roller coasters and like water slides and stuff, then of course you want the bigger ships. But like this small ship here is going to be like five times the price, 10 times the price of going on the Norwegian one. So yeah, usually the smaller ones are way more expensive. Anyway, there's no more cruise talk today. We're heading to the upper Baraka Gardens. There's also a lower Baraka Gardens, but we're going to see the upper first. Apparently amazing views of the sea and the city, so let's check it out. It's literally right there. And there is a lift. I don't know if you can see it, we see it when we get over there, but there's a lift and it costs €1, but I don't have €1. And then I found 2 ATMs, but they're both broken. So I literally had to walk up those stairs instead of taking the €1 lift. There's the lift. That costs €1. I was just down there and I don't have €1 and the ATMs are broken, so we're almost there. At this time in the video, I just want to say thank you so much for watching my videos. Thank you for subscribing and supporting me, because it's because of you watching my videos that I can do this stuff, you know, 5 countries in 5 days and go out cruises and stuff. So thank you so much. If you want to support me, then hit the subscribe. There's so many more adventures coming, but the only way I can keep doing this if you watch my videos, basically. So thank you. We also just hit 5,000 subscribers, which is absolutely crazy. Me and my friend want to say thank you, but I can't even. I don't know why there's 5,000 people out there that like my videos, but I'm so happy that they do. There's going to be something very special at 10,000 if we ever get there. But we're entering the upper Baraka Gardens. Well, like I said, Malta has a long history with war, so there's a lot of war memorials over here. I'm not too interested in it. I learned a lot about it at school. So let's take a look at the view. Wow, this is beautiful. So this area here where I'm at, this is called the saluting battery. So they have some guns and stuff, so I'm guessing this is where they shot the cannons. But look at this view. Wow. So I've heard about this, the 3 cities. You can take a tour to all of them, but I didn't know they had some movies filmed here. Popeye 1980, Jurassic World 2022. That's cool, I didn't know that. So right here is the entrance to the lift, obviously, to go down. It's only €1, but if you don't have €1, what are you going to do? You might think that traveling to 5 countries in 5 days is a stressful experience, but one thing I never ever stress about is my insurance. Let me tell you about Safety Wing. Safety Wing's travel medical insurance covers me for up to $250,000 in 180 countries on a pay-as-you-go subscription, so wherever I end up, I know I'm covered. With a $0 deductible, even the smallest claims are covered. It only takes 5 minutes to get covered, and I can purchase a plan even if my trip has already started. Coverage starts from just a few dollars a day, so let Safety Wing allow you to travel stress-free. I've partnered with Safety Wing for this whole series, so the next time you travel, never ever stress again about your insurance. Click the link in the description and get covered by Safety Wing so you can travel stress-free. There's so many of these horses everywhere, they look so hot. I feel so bad for them. So everywhere I go today, I'm going to put in the description so you can come here too. It's going to be interesting in a few hours when the ships leave, because I'm guessing that most of these people here are from the ships. So is the city going to be empty when they leave? I don't know. Let's take a walk along the streets. This place is really beautiful. It does remind me of Italy. And once again, the weather is perfect. Amazing. Honestly, if I could choose the weather to be like this every single day, I'll take it. Like exactly this temperature. It's amazing. Another thing that I just find amazing is somebody lives here. Like, people live here and they walk down this street every single day of their life. And this is the one day in my whole life, like I might never ever come back here ever again. And this is the one day that I choose to walk by here. Do you think that's amazing? I think that's amazing. I just got euros from that ATM connected to the laundromat. You want to see a Maltese laundromat? Of course, everybody does. There you go. I think this is the only YouTube channel where you can see a laundromat in Malta. There you go. So yeah, a little bit about this challenge. Like, I genuinely don't know where I'm going tomorrow or the next day or the next day. So there's going to be 5 days, 5 videos, and we'll see what happens. Like, I'm literally going to book whatever the cheapest flight is. So the flight that I took today was £12. Like, it's unbelievable that I can take a flight for £12 because I've taken buses for, I mean, the bus that I took in Rome to get from the airport to the city was like 20 euros, and I just paid 12 euros for a flight to another country. So it's crazy, but I genuinely don't know where I'm going. I'm going to find out at the end of the video, and then I'm going to tell you, because I'm literally going to book it tonight and then go to the airport tomorrow, and I don't know where I'm going. I didn't know I was going to be in Malta until yesterday, so let's see where we end up. There's some amazing places out there, and I have to take the cheapest flight. I'm going to keep count of everything that I spend and then tell you, add it up at the end and then tell you how much I spend. But yeah, it's going to be fun, it's going to be interesting. Don't know where we're going to end up, but yeah, I've been wanting to do this for a long time, but I'm waiting for the weather to get a little bit better because I don't want to travel to 5 cold places. But if the weather in the other countries are like this, then I'll be so happy. But you know, who knows where we're going to end up. But you're going to see it if you want to follow me, if you want to subscribe, travel with me. It's going to be fun. I think we're going to stop soon and get a cerveza, a pizzio, but we're going to go to a church first. I guess I can confess my sins and then drink beer. So we have a beautiful bustling street. This is St. John's Cathedral, but it's closed. The cathedral closed on Sunday. Wow, that's like a bowling alley closed on Christmas Day. Anyway, just another excuse to drink beer. Let's find some beer. Found a good spot. So the waitress recommended me a Maltese beer. It's called Sisk, or don't remember. But I'm also getting the chicken and bacon wrap too. And this place is called Bistro Bliss. Right there. That was delicious. That was an 11 euro Maltese lunch. I just love these streets. There's a lot of stuff closed. Like, there's a lot of stores and restaurants and stuff closed. You would think that, one, it's a Sunday, but two, there's a few cruise ships here. So I don't know if it's because of the big sea that they're still closed, but I don't know why they were closed when the ship's in port. There is stairs absolutely everywhere. So at one point this was just a big rock, and then people started building on it. Just love these streets. They're so cool. But everything is closed. It's kind of strange. But we already saw the upper Baraka Gardens. Now we're going to see the lower Baraka Gardens. Sea view. So I just walked down here, and the Norwegian Escape is escaping. It's cruising out of here. Let me know if you're on the Norwegian Escape on May the 12th in Valletta, Malta. I can see you. Bye bye, Norwegian Escape. How cool is this? We get perfect timing. Let's see if we can get any waves. Yeah, I see people waving right at the top pool deck. Wow, look at that thing. How is that thing floating? Norwegian ships are so beautiful. I love the design. Every ship has a different design. It's so cool. Yeah, I can't wait to do another cruise. Look at that thing. That is what cruising has become. Big cruise ships like that used to be tiny things, but now that, wow, that's an amazing view. There it goes. Don't know where it's going, don't know where it's been, but we saw it here in Valletta. I can hear the music from the pool deck. They're having a party over there. That's so cool. We made it to the lower Baraka Gardens. Let's see if we can get one last look at the ship. There it goes. There is not much room for error to get through that small gap. Anyway, let's see more of the lower Baraka Gardens. So the other one was all about war, but this one, there's a few more war memorials, but not too much. View is amazing. Wow. The water is so clear. I want to swim. Don't know where the Norwegian Escape is going because it's only 3:30, which is very, very early to leave a port. I assume they got here very early, but to leave at this time is very, Very strange. The silver, what was it? The Silver Sea? Still there. Lower gardens are cool. It did say online that go to the upper gardens for the best view, but I think the view from here is just as good. I can just see the upper gardens there because I can see the cannons. But yeah, amazing views at both of them. I got a comment on one of my videos recently. Can I talk about wheelchair accessibility when I visit places? Malta is definitely not for you if you're in a wheelchair. A lot of walking, a lot of steps. I just picture a few guys sitting around. Yeah, I think we should open a bar. What should we call it? I'm not sure. Do you have any ideas? What color door does it have? It has a red door. The little red door. Yeah, that's a good name. Definitely seeing less people in the street now. I'm gonna go back to like the main street just to see how the crowds are. Of course, one of the ships is gone, one of the biggest ships is gone, but there's still a few ships here, so let's see how the crowds are. I guess most of the people in the city were from the ships, so it should be way quieter now. Let's see. Honestly, if you dropped me here and said you're on an Italian island, I would believe you. I really would. The streets are really cool, but very empty. Like a lot of the stuff that I found online to do is closed today, because it's a Sunday. So let's talk about Britain for a second. I knew that Malta had some kind of relationship with the UK or with Britain a long time ago, but I didn't know the history. But Malta is an independent state now, but they gained independence from the British colony in 1964. So that's why you see stuff like this. That's why you see the red phone boxes. There's a lot of resemblances from the UK. And it's kind of strange being like, we're nowhere near the UK. Like, how does this stuff happen? Like, history is so crazy that how does this island in the middle of the ocean at one point belong to the UK, but now it doesn't? Like, it's kind of crazy. But yeah, everybody speaks English. All the signs are in English, and you can see stuff like this. So very interesting, the history around stuff. I feel like a lot of people visit places and they don't care about the history, which is fine. You know, it's all right. You don't need to know about the history to enjoy it, but you know, it's kind of nice to learn some stuff about it sometimes. Look at this view. This place is so cool. I assume, well, I hope that some Maltese people are going to find this video and watch this video. Tell me, what is it like living in Malta? And do a lot of people leave? Because I've been to some islands, and when people grow up, when people get to university age, like, they kind of move away and they never come back. I don't know if it's the same for Malta. Of course, I'm only in one city. I'm only in Valletta, and I'm not planning to see any other part of the country. But still, it just seems like the perfect place to grow up, the perfect place to live. Of course, it's not. Everywhere has problems, but you know, do people usually move away? Do people live here their whole life? I don't know. One thing I will say is this place is very reliant on the weather, I feel like, just as so many places are. And I don't think it would be as fun if it was pouring with rain, if it was very cold, because I'm guessing it gets very cold here. But when the weather's good, paradise, amazing place, beautiful. Why do I live in England? What's inside that door? It's a cave. So I was just on the south side of Valletta. I've taken a walk. It took like 10 minutes to walk all the way to the other side of Valletta. Wow, these views are amazing. So nice. I can just imagine people living right there and coming over for a swim. Let me see if I can get these people waving. I'm literally the only one over here. Literally 0 people waving back. Nobody. They must be British people, huh? Or Americans. There's some local kids swimming down here. They're speaking Maltese. It sounds very similar to Italian, but you can definitely tell the difference. I swear every street goes up. You never ever go down. Hastings Garden. The water is sparkling. See, this is another British thing. Blue badge, that's a disability badge. You put it on your car so you can park in special places. So British. Just coming back to the city gate now. Interesting to see the crowds, to see if it's way less crowded because of the cruise ships leaving the port. I assume it will be, but it's a very popular tourist destination for people around Europe to come to Malta, so There's still going to be a lot of people around. Let's see. So I see a lot of people going in, I see a lot of people going out. Way less people than earlier, but still a lot of people. One funny thing I did read online is buses are not allowed inside the city, like inside the city gates. There's only one bus that's allowed. I don't remember seeing it, but all the buses have to stop outside the gate. So this area looks like Greece, but like the narrow streets and stuff, it looks like Italy. And the buildings look like Italy too. So I was wondering why a lot of stores sell Popeye merchandise like magnets and glasses and stuff. So Popeye's origin is a bit complex. While his creator never explicitly stated his birthplace, he did mention Malta in some of his comic strips. I didn't know that. However, Popeye's fictional hometown is usually known as Sweet Haven. So while there's a nod to Malta in his backstory, Sweet Haven is the primary setting associated with Popeye, so he might be from Malta. This is the outside to my Airbnb. Looks cute, but we're still on a budget. Let's check it out. Well, this is interesting. It reminds me of the Haunted Mansion. So go in here, and here's my room. Very, very interesting, let's say. So there's like this extra space with this baby door, and then here's the bedroom. Traveling on a budget, so this room was £26. Can't complain, can't complain. Bathroom's just across the hall, just across the jungle. There you go, that's what you get for £26 in Malta. I'm glad I'm only staying here for one night, and by the way, look at that key. Why is that key so long? This is a normal key. That's a normal key, and that's the key they gave me. Anyway, it's 5 o'clock now. I'm going to relax for a few hours, then we're going to go and watch the sunset. We are on the wrong side of the island. Sunset's over there. I'm back in the Upper Baraka Gardens. It's really nice. Very well taken care of. Not so many people here, I guess, because you can't really get a good view of the sunset, but I think that's the best sunset we're going to get today. Day one of the 5-day challenge is going to end right here at the city gates. Did you like Valletta? I like Valletta very much. I can't wait to come back. But there's so much more. The next 4 days we're going to be traveling. So tomorrow we're going to Greece. So if you'd like to see Greece, hit the subscribe, because there's going to be a video every single day during this trip. Click the link in the description to get your safety wing insurance. Hit the like just to tell me that you like this video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye. Welcome back to 5 countries in 5 days. We are leaving Malta today and we're going to Greece. Let's go to Athens. Welcome to Athens, Greece. So my flight yesterday, there was a nun on board, so we were all blessed. And today, I had a screaming baby sitting next to me, so you win some, you lose some. Another positive and negative. Negative, we were delayed half an hour. It's all right. And the positive, some of the most beautiful flight attendants I've ever seen in my life. I think the airline is called Aegean or Aegon, I don't know. It's Greek, but they were beautiful. So that flight from Malta to Greece, it was 1 hour and 5 minutes, and that cost me £27. I have no idea how they can fly me to another country for £27, and that included drinks and lunch, which I didn't know about. And I've been very, very lucky because I don't choose the seat, like, you know, because I don't want to pay extra for that because we're on a budget. And I've had 2 aisle seats in a row, so hopefully the luck continues. But we're gonna take a train to Athens right now. I just love the Greek writing. Welcome to Athens. So I just took the metro. It took around 45 minutes and it cost €9 right into the center of Athens. I love the Greek language. I think it's one of the coolest languages. So this is not a new country for me because I used to live in Corfu, which is a Greek island. I was a football coach there, but it's a new city. It's a new capital city. I've never been to mainland Greece before. So here we go. I've been to a few of the islands, so Corfu, Rhodes, but I don't really know what to expect because I have this image in my mind of what Athens looked like. So let's see if it's right. So today is a Monday, so hopefully that helps us a little bit with the crowds, but the weather is perfect. It's so nice. I definitely picked a nice week to do this trip. But Greek people are so kind. They're some of my favorite people. I love Greek people. So I always pack as light as possible, but I need to get one of those backpacks that like has the strap in the front because it hurts my shoulders. But if you noticed, I like to walk. That's the best way to see the city. And of course, like I needed to take that metro because the airport's far away, but people that just come to a new city, jump in a taxi, you're missing out on so much. You know, like it's definitely the best way to see a city and see the real city, because people go to new places and they go to their hotel and they take guided tours and they do, which is fine, you know, do whatever you want to do, but you know, get out there and see the city. If this is the first video of mine that you're seeing, then hit the subscribe, because this is what I like to do. I like to travel around and I'm very honest. And if you've seen a few of my videos, you know that if somewhere's crap, I will say it's crap. If it's amazing, I will say it's amazing, you know. And I like to see the real place. I like to give an honest review. So if you like that kind of stuff, then stick around, hit the subscribe. So go and check out the first video in this series, because this is day 2. So yesterday I spent the day in Malta, and I'm literally booking the cheapest flight tomorrow morning out of Athens to anywhere. I have no idea where I'm going to be tomorrow. I genuinely don't know. And whatever's cheapest, that's where I'm going. So tomorrow morning I'll be going back to Athens airport and going somewhere. We're coming towards the kind of downtown area now. Another thing I love to do is I love to look at prices, because of course most of Europe, they have the same money, they all have euros, so it's so different to see how much stuff costs in different countries. I have no idea if Athens is going to be cheap or expensive. I'm not sure. I guess we'll find out. So up there is the Pantheon. Of course, Greece is known for its history. There's a lot of historic stuff here. So a little bit about the Pantheon up there. It was built in the 5th century BC. That is very old. It was built to honor the city's patron Athena, that's where Athens comes from, and also some Olympian god and goddesses. Of course, mostly destroyed now, but some of it's still up there. Like, that's what always blows my mind when I see stuff like that. How does stuff get destroyed and then other stuff just survive? You know, all the world wars, all the weather, all the natural disasters, and some stuff survives from the 5th century BC. I don't understand it, but it's amazing. So there's a long street running next to the Acropolis Museum, but there's also something called the Acropolis, so I don't really know which is which, because there's a sign there that says Acropolis this way, so I don't know. So just down the hill there's like a huge car park with so many tour buses, and over here is the ticket office, so I guess this is for the Acropolis, and then down the street is for the Acropolis Museum. I thought it was the same thing. So we have the Acropolis and slopes. So I don't really know if it's the same thing as the Acropolis Museum. I don't think it is. So there it is, all the way up there. So I just spoken to a very nice policeman. He looked at me like I was crazy. I said, is the Acropolis and the Acropolis Museum two different things? And then what is a Pantheon? So he explained everything to me. So the whole area is Acropolis, and then the Pantheon is the structure at the top. And then down the hill where I started, that's the museum. And I said, which one shall I go to? If you had one day, where would you go? And he said, definitely go here to the Acropolis and see the Pantheon and stuff. But I have a bit of a problem because it's already 2 p.m. and you have to wait an hour to get inside, because I guess it's pretty busy today. So I'm not going to go inside. That's all right, because 1, I saw it, and 2, I'll be back in Athens one day, and I don't want to spend the most of my one day in Athens waiting in line and going inside there. So I don't want to be rushed. So I'm not going to go inside. I'm going to see what else Athens has to offer, but I'll come back next time and go inside. Also, why would you pay to go in there when you can climb on a rock? Look at that. That is absolutely amazing. That's Athens, Greece. Wow. And the Pantheon is up there. Where it is? There it is. Right there. If you watch my videos, I like to compare the US to Europe a lot, because a lot of Americans watch my videos. And the one thing that I really like is, if you go to any major city in the US, pick any one, and you'll always see skyscrapers, you know. But Europe, you don't. Like, you really don't. Everything's so, well, it's not flat, but like the buildings, they're not that high, and you can't really see a view like that in the US anywhere. Well, not major cities anyway. I'm not bashing the US, I'm just making a comparison, don't get mad. Look at it up there, 2,500 years old. One, how do they build it? Two, how do they build it on a hill? No equipment, no technology we have today, and it's still there. That's the crazy thing. How is it still there? Amazing. I'm so lucky that I get to come to places like this on a Monday afternoon. But I think now is the perfect time to tell you about Safety Wing. I've partnered with Safety Wing for this entire trip. I always get my insurance from Safety Wing. Click the link in the description to get covered by Safety Wing for your next trip. You can travel stress-free. There's always someone there to talk to you if you need help. If you're wondering where that spot is, over there is the ticket office. Just go to the left over there. Huge rock. The Acropolis. I'll be back one day. I'm going to say the same thing about Greek women as I said for Italian women. Even the ugly ones are beautiful. So I'm going to head to my next destination here in Athens. And I get a lot of comments to say that I look so calm and I look so peaceful when I travel. It's because I am. And I think a lot of that comes down to traveling by myself. I don't talk about it that much because I feel like it's a normal thing now, like solo travel. And a lot of people have a problem with it. Like I get so many emails and comments and questions and stuff like that from people to say like I've inspired them to like travel by themselves. And it's like, what? The only alternative is to not do it. So do it. You know, that's literally it. Like there's no real argument. Like if you want to go, then go. Like it's, a lot of people have a problem with looking for someone and then you got to decide who, you know, making plans and whatever. It's like I do whatever I want to do. If I want to go somewhere, if I do, like, you know, if I was with a group of people, we'd decide half the people want to go inside, half the people don't. You know, it's a big argument. And like I'm so stress-free when I travel. And even though I travel a lot, you know, it's like you'd think 5 countries in 5 days sounds like a stressful experience, but like I'm not stressed at all because I know for a fact that if I go in there, I'd want to see it all and I try and be quick and like, you know, because I want to get good video of it and like show you and stuff. And it's like I don't want to do that. So the alternative is to just skip it. I'll be back another day and go and do something else. You know, that's fine. It's not, I'm not going to stress about it. I do want to go in there, but I don't want to spend my whole day, you know, just here because there's so much more to see. And you know, I know I'll be back someday. It's not the fact that I want to travel by myself. It's like I don't have anyone to travel with, so it's not that the only alternative is to stay at home. And it's like I'm not going to do that. I want to travel, so I'm going to travel. It's really simple, to be honest. I don't talk about this stuff that much because it's a pretty normal thing. And a lot of people watch my solo cruise videos and they're like, wow, like I can never do that. And it's like, just do it. Like, because just think about the alternative, you know. Anything you ever do, just think about the alternative. I'm so stress-free when I travel. I don't want to deal with arguing in groups and like making a decision or wasting time. Like I don't want to do that, you know. Like I love traveling with people. I love traveling with groups, no problem at all. But it's got to be a stress-free experience. And I don't like being around people that bring stress to me. Like my life is so stress-free, and that's the way I like it. Even when I'm traveling, it doesn't have to be stressful. I understand people have families and, you know, people have little kids and stuff. That's fine, you know, that's absolutely fine. But it's really up to you how you tackle a vacation, because if you try and plan 10 things in one day, you're going to be stressed. It's simple as that. And that's fine if you want to do that, but like that's not how I travel. That's not how I want to travel. So travel, just go for it. Like literally, if I wasn't here, then I'd be at home freezing cold in England. So what's the alternative? The only alternative is to go or not go. Make a choice. Anyway, I do that so many times. I always start to make a video about something and then I go off and start talking about something else. But you know, I just feel like it's valid because I read every single comment that somebody writes on my video. I read it, I reply to it. So write a comment right now and I'll reply to it. And like I said, I get so many comments and questions about people wanting to travel, and it's like, just go and do it. And if you sit around waiting for someone, a perfect travel partner, it's never going to happen. It's really not. So I also got a comment recently about how do I feel people look at me when I'm taking a video, like when I'm vlogging. I don't care. I honestly do not care about anyone's opinion. I'm not bothering anyone, you know. I'll never ever do that. It's very in my mind, like if I'm just doing my own thing, I don't bother anyone, I don't annoy anyone. Like, so what? I can do whatever I want as long as I'm not affecting anybody else, which I'm not. You know, there's hundreds of people here, I'm not affecting a single other person, and life goes on, you know. People look at me, who cares? Like, never ever gonna see me ever again. Maybe they think I'm famous, like, really, who cares? Anyway, back to Athens. So I just realized that the Acropolis has Wi-Fi. I think that was installed 2,500 years ago as well. It's been here since the beginning. But just over here, that's the museum. So the police officer told me the Acropolis and the Acropolis Museum is two different things. So at the bottom of the hill, we were just all the way up there. So the bottom of the hill, this is the museum. Actually, I think it's that. So the ticket office is over there. I think that is the Acropolis Museum. Yeah, I think that's it. So many people just relaxing, getting some drinks. McDonald's right there. Very, very relaxed place. It's not really what I expected, to be honest, because I expected it to be, well, I expected it to be very, very busy. But of course, it's a Monday and it's not the high season. We're just going into the summer now, so it's going to get busier. But yeah, very good vibes. I'm going to head across the busy street to the National Garden. One thing I've never, ever done. I've traveled to some countries. I've never done the hop-on, hop-off buses, like the sightseeing buses. Never done it ever. Like these buses, hop-on, hop-off. Haven't done it in any city. I reckon I could kick a football through there. I could do it. 现在下雨了. It just started raining. I didn't expect this because it's not in the forecast. That's alright. But we're going to skip the park. We're just going to keep walking. There's a tram there. So yeah, the time that I lived in Greece, it was on Corfu, one of the Greek islands. And I was a football coach. I was a kids football coach. So I would coach the kids during the day. And then I would go to the beach every single evening. I'll go to the pool on my days off. It was so much fun. Greece is amazing. Definitely add it to your Europe list whenever you visit Europe. Greece does have beautiful beaches, but I feel like it's one of those places where if you're not interested in history, then it's not really for you, because there's a lot of history going on. And I love seeing it, but I love learning about it, you know, like the Pantheon and like, you know, the Acropolis, stuff like that. I love reading about it, like what happened, how old is it, and what was going on there. Welcome to the stadium of the first modern Olympic Games. So the first modern Olympic Games in 1896 was right here. How amazing is that? Didn't they used to compete naked? I feel like they did. I think they did. But it was right here. So the whole place is made of marble and you can fit 60,000 people in there. That's amazing. I think it says over here 19,000 people can sit down. Let's see. 13,000. 13,700 people can sit down. But 60,000 people can fit in there. I don't know what they do with it now. I'm guessing concerts and stuff. If they don't use this for concerts, they're missing out, because that's so cool. But yeah, the first ever Olympic Games, modern Olympic Games, was here, 1896. Like, how does that survive? That's so cool. Amazing. Imagine like the bustle, like the hustle and bustle, people out here like coming over to watch the Olympic Games, people wearing their sandals. That's so cool. Wow, that's history right there, history. So I'm literally the only one here. There's people over here hiding from the rain. You can buy a ticket to go inside, but I think you can pretty much see everything from here. I see people hiding at the top of the stadiums. That's really cool. Wow, Olympic history. See all these people hiding. They're probably here for a week, so they have more time to see stuff, but we've only got a day, we've got to get out of here. But another Olympic place that I've been to, I think it's called Lake Placid. You Americans can tell me. Is it in Pennsylvania? Because I've been there, where they played ice hockey. I think it was where they, where the US team won the, I don't remember what it's called. Something happened at Lake Placid. It was like they made a movie about it, like the Underdogs or something like that. Someone can tell me in the comments, but I'll look it up later. But yeah, I've been there as well. I went ice skating on the ice rink that I guess the American team won something, the Olympic Games. I'm not sure, but yeah, I've been there. Just to touch a little bit on solo travel, like I feel like it's character building as well, because you know, it's raining, so what? You know, life goes on, you have to deal with it. Like, no one's gonna come and save me. You know, I'm in the middle of Athens, nobody's coming to save me. It's gonna rain on me, so what? You know, I have to deal with it. If my clothes get wet, it's up to me. If I miss my train, it's up to me. My luggage gets stolen, it's up to me. You know, everything you need to do yourself. And I feel like that's really good for you, like personally, personal development and stuff like that. Like, you have to deal with everything yourself. So if you're one of these people that has no responsibility or whatever, you're gonna have responsibility if you solo travel. I'll give you the perfect example of not caring what people think. Just over there by the stadium, like I told you, the people under the cover, there was like 10 people there and they were all staring at me because I was the only one standing in the rain. Of course I was taking a video. So what? So what? Who cares if whatever they said, who cares they were looking at me? Like, I'm never ever gonna see them again, they're never gonna see me again. Like, who cares? Like, seriously. I think my life really changed. I can't really put a time on it, but my life really changed when I stopped caring what people's opinion of me was. Because who cares? Like, literally, life goes on. I didn't do anything at all to affect their life. I didn't annoy them. I didn't do anything against them. You know, nothing that I did affected them. But, you know, if people want to have an opinion, great, have it. You know, they can say whatever they want to. That's all right. You know, they're free to be that kind of person. That's all right. But, you know, I'm not trying to make a big deal about it. But, you know, people ask me about this stuff, and it's really not something that I've explained before, because there's really nothing to explain. Like, to me, it's a completely normal thing, and people are going to judge you. Doesn't matter if you're the greatest person in the world, people are still going to judge you for not doing more. Doesn't matter if you're walking down the street holding a camera. They have no idea what you're doing, and who cares whatever they think, you know. So life goes on. Just live your life, do whatever makes you happy, don't affect anybody else's life, and you're golden. That's it. So yesterday we were in Valletta, Malta. Go and watch that video if you haven't already. But there was like 3 or 4 cruise ships there. So like the whole city was just full of cruise ship passengers. There is a cruise port here too. It's outside of the city. It's in a place called, I think the port is called Piraeus or Piraeus, I'm not too sure. But there is a port there, so I have no idea if any ships are there. But I'm hearing a lot of British people and a lot of American people here in Athens. So maybe there's cruise ships here and people are on tours of the city from the cruise ships. I don't know. One thing I would never ever understand is graffiti. Like, what is the point of this? Like on a big bin, on a big trash can, like what are you trying to prove? I don't get it. So every landmark that I've been to today, so the Pantheon and the park here, it says there's like a mega ticket, I guess, for 30 euros. I guess you get access to all of them, so I guess do that. I'm gonna give you a tip. If it's raining and you don't want your phone screen to get wet, do this. If you lean over, so the rain is gonna hit you instead of your phone, and your phone is gonna stay dry. That's a tip for you. So I read a review online last night, and they literally said there's a neighborhood called Plaka, and they said just literally walk around the streets and you'll find some cool stuff. So that's what we're gonna do. So welcome to Plaka. Everybody looks miserable. They're running into shops and restaurants. The rain is pouring, and they're making it worse because it comes off the roofs. These are really cool streets down here. So many restaurants and bars, souvenir shops. I bet it's so busy in the summer. It's busy today, but everyone's hiding. Look at this cute ice cream store. If there's any Italians watching, I guess Greeks as well. I heard that if the gelato is like piled up like that, then it's not genuine gelato. Is that true? I don't know. It's supposed to be flat. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's what I heard. That's cool. It looks like a bridge. I think it's just power lines, but if you lived here and your best friend lived there, you would build a bridge, wouldn't you? That'd be cool. That's a cool building. That's somebody's balcony. They can look out and see all this. Ukuleles. The thing about Greece is everything's old. So like this, like you're literally in the middle of like a market street, and it says this is the remains of something from 100 AD. Like, what is it? What are all these places that just have ruins? Like, why did they keep some of them? Why did they... I guess they knocked down a lot of them, but why do some of them stay? I don't really understand it. And like, are they protected or something? Because I'm sure like someone's tried to buy this space because it's in like a built-up area. So there's so many stores around here, and then of course there's empty space. So I don't really understand. Don't know. So it says it was only founded in 1968. How did they find it? Just stop by the Greek supermarket. So one beer, you can get a Greek beer for €1.45. Even cheaper beer there, 160. One of these Cokes is 79 cents. Can of Coke. Some milk. 1.5 litre of milk, €1.76. It's pretty cheap. I feel like it's cheaper than Rome. Here's chocolate. I feel like every country has Milka. One Milka is 170. One of the things about Americans is how you say pasta. So look at all this pasta. They even have Paw Patrol pasta. A lot of pasta. 500 milliliter of water, 17 cents. In the airport, they're like €2. Crazy. Group code 316. Does anyone know what area code this is? Look at this location of a very old church, middle of downtown. This might be the smallest church I've ever seen. Like, that's it. That's the whole church. It's cool. Every single church is unique. I just looked up the event at Lake Placid. It was Miracle on Ice. 1980, the US team beat the Soviet Union, ice hockey. I've ice skated there. And there goes Mickey Mouse. He just got a fine from the police. It's kind of difficult to explain, but it does feel like Greece, but it feels very different to the islands, like Corfu and Rhodes. It's the same as Spain, like mainland Spain feels very different from like the Balearic Islands, but it still feels like Spain, so it's very nice. I do like it a lot. Very different from Spain. Greece is not like Spain. I would say it's closer to Italy than Spain, in my opinion. So that is Hadrian's Library. It's another thing you need a ticket for. Another thing I saw online is the flea market. Let's check it out. I'm not a huge fan of places like this because they're just tourist markets. They all sell the same stuff, souvenirs and whatever. So, you know, locals don't come here. Look at this small orange. Cute small orange. What came first, the color or the fruit? Even though I said Greece is similar to Italy, one of the things I absolutely love about Greece and I don't like about Italy is Italy has so many people in the street like bothering you, trying to sell you stuff, but here that doesn't happen. Well, I haven't seen it. Maybe it does happen sometimes, but yeah, I haven't seen it. I'm comparing Rome and Athens, by the way, so I don't know about the rest of the country, but major cities, very, very different. So I'm gonna go to where I'm staying tonight and I'm gonna walk. And there is a metro that goes there, but I prefer walking because you never know what you're gonna find. But the problem with that is I don't know about bad neighborhoods. I don't know where I shouldn't be, so you never know what's gonna happen. They sure like graffiti over here. This whole place is covered. See, if I took the metro I never would have seen any of this. I guess this is Graffiti Street. It is cool, I just don't get like writing your name. Doesn't make sense. Like, who's Casper? Who is that? I like these streets. When I lived in Rome, I lived on a street like this. It was very similar to this. Very nice, very quiet. The graffiti over here is crazy. This is the Chinese area. Looks like maybe it's Chinatown. So funny that certain parts of the city, a lot of the same people from the same country end up living there and open businesses and stuff. I think that's so cool. How did that happen? How did they end up here? I don't know, but I feel like every major city in the world has a Chinatown. I think I just passed by India Street. I'm gonna make a judgment and say this is not a place I want to be late at night. Honestly, if you dropped me here and said, where are you in the world, I would never ever ever guess that I was in Athens, Greece. Never. Doesn't feel like it at all. Well, this is a horrible part of the city. I don't know what happened, but trying to not look like a tourist when you're a tourist is not easy. It feels like, you know, when you go to the supermarket, you don't buy anything and you have to leave the store without looking guilty, like you've stolen something. So I am staying in a hostel tonight, which I don't mind. I don't mind it for one night. As long as it's safe, it's clean, I can take a hot shower. I don't mind. I didn't realize it was this far outside the city though, but we're on a budget, so that's what we got to do. And also, it's only for a few hours because when I find a flight for tomorrow morning, we'll be waking up early and leaving, because I can't really get a flight at like 5 p.m. because the day's gone. You know, like I'm trying to have a whole day in a city, and that means flying very early in the morning. I'm almost there. Look at this rain. It is pouring down. Wow. I'm soaked all the way through. We are not even going to talk about the last hour. So, the hostel I'm staying in, it has 2 locations. So I didn't even need to go all the way where I just went through the horrible area, through the rain. Didn't even need to go there because I just needed to come to this nice, clean street. And the Acropolis is literally over there. So the last hour of my life was so pointless. So I hope you enjoyed laughing at me in the rain. Anyway, this is Bedbox Hostels. I'll show you around inside. Silly. Nice, clean street. Amazing, huh? Welcome to Bedbox. So I just checked in. Very nice lady at reception recommended a gyros place, so we're going to check it out after I put my bag inside, dry a little bit. But we're on the 5th floor. Yeah, I don't really have a problem with hostels as long as it's short term. I don't mind like 1 night or 2 nights, but it's a good way to save money, but it depends on other people. What I mean when it depends on other people is all it takes is one person snoring and then the whole night is ruined. Nobody's going to get any sleep, but as long as I can sleep a few hours, take a hot shower, I don't mind it. So welcome to the 5th floor. I'm the first one here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm A, 5A, so I'm up there. Got a little outside area here. Amazing view of Athens. There you go. So this is where we're going to be staying tonight on a budget. Let's go check out the bathroom just across here. There's nobody here, I already checked. Very nice, very big. It's clean, that's what matters. It's clean, so we're happy with this for one night. So staying here for one night was £23, so it's almost as expensive as the flight here. We can't come to Greece and not have gyros, so we're gonna have a gyros and then we have one more destination. So the lady at the hostel recommended this place, Just Pita. It's literally down the street from the hostel. The hostel's around that corner, but it looks amazing. Of course, typical Greek. You get some salads, huge burgers, but of course our mixed grill. Love a mixed grill. You get so much, but of course I got a gyros. So I got pork gyros. So you can get chicken. You can get chicken, chicken breast. There's so many different gyros. Pita, and then I got a beer. So Mythos Greek beer. It's actually ridiculous how delicious that was. If I lived here, I'd be so fat. I'd be fat as a pig. Anyway, so that beer was €4, and then that huge gyros was €6.90. So I'm so full. So we're heading to our last destination, and I plan to watch the sunset there, but it's been overcast and cloudy all day. But the sun, well, we have a blue sky anyway, so we might get a sunset. I'm gonna get pretty serious here for a second. So I don't know if this is the first video of mine you're seeing or this is the 10th video, I don't know, but I'm always very, very honest. I'm that kind of person, that's the kind of videos that I want to put out there. Like, there's a lot of people that I watch and everything is amazing, everything is sugar-coated and everything's the best day ever, and that's not real life, that's not reality, but I really try and put reality into my videos because I try and show you real life. And I was just walking along after dinner thinking about my opinion of Athens, and it's changed a lot today, to be honest. It was very, very good. Then we had a bad spell in the middle, and I was just thinking that do I feel safe here? And like I said, the bad area that I walked through earlier, I didn't feel unsafe, but it wasn't nice. It was horrible, to be honest. But I just witnessed this, so I'm going to play a video right here. You're watching it right now, and this is a really strong Greek guy, and if you looked at him, you would judge him. He's a tough guy, he's whatever, but he saw a blind guy and he offered his hand to help him cross the street. And you can definitely tell that the blind guy, he appreciated it so much, because we're all just human beings. He walked probably 10 feet in front of him just to cross the street with him, and then when they crossed the street they said goodbye. So I think that my opinion of Greece and Athens didn't change because it was already very high, but the world's okay, the world's alright. We need more kind people, and I just witnessed that. He didn't change the world, but he took 10 seconds out of his life to help another person, so I really like that. So I was just walking along and I saw that. Look at that thing. That thing is cool. I think it's a synagogue, I might be wrong, but yeah, we need more kind people. It was literally, I don't want to talk too much about it, but I feel like I've yapped enough too much today. But yeah, it was so good to see. Like I said, it was a really like tough looking Greek guy, and if you saw him, everyone would judge him, but there's good people out there. I'm trying to be a good person. Everyone should try and be good people, but I like seeing that. It made me happy. So I'm just entering Mount Lycabettus. I'll put the name of it here. Maybe I'm saying it wrong, but yeah, we're hoping to watch the sunset. Currently 7:12, so we might just be in time. Hopefully we can see it. But yeah, Greece is great. Greeks are great. The food is great. Athens is beautiful. Come to Athens. Come to Athens, definitely. I feel like most people go to the islands. There's so many Greek islands that many people go on vacation to, but Athens not to be missed. Wow, the sun is sparkling. Wow, let's try and go higher. Eat the birds, tuppence a bag. What's an orange's favorite sport? Squash. Don't know which way it is. I see cars go this way, so I'm gonna go that way. Taxi's here, maybe there. That's as far as I can go. Looks like we go this way to go up. This is just incredible. It's amazing, it's so white. We're almost there, almost. There is a bar and restaurant here. Made it to the top, get ready for this view. Incredible. that. That is incredible. Unfortunately, don't think we're going to see a sunset because the sun is hiding over there, but absolutely not complaining. Look at this. That is beautiful. The weather's beautiful, temperature's perfect. Looks like there's another restaurant down there. Imagine eating dinner looking at that. That's amazing. Oh, I think over there I can see the stadium where we went to earlier. Oh yeah, it is. The world's, what is it? Where the first modern Olympic Games was. It's right there. Naked Olympics. And I didn't even realize it before, but that's the Acropolis, the Pantheon right there. Wow. This is a church. So this is the Chapel of St. George, Budapest, 1834. And it does have hours. It's closed right now. There's the hours. How do they build it up here? We're seeing the flag go down.
Δεκανέα, προσοχή! Προς υποστολή της ελληνικής σημαίας. Χαιρετισμός κατά μέτωπο. Αθένος, ημί, ανάπαυση. Ανάπαυση.
That happened at 7:45 p.m, so come up here at that time to watch that. We are not going to see a sunset today, but that's okay. We're going to end this video here. Did you like Athens? I had such an amazing day. Athens is an amazing place. Definitely add it to your list. So tomorrow, the cheapest flight I can get out of Athens tomorrow morning is to Hungary. So if you would like to see Hungary, hit the like, hit the subscribe, because there's so many more adventures coming. Click the link in the description to get your insurance with Safety Wing. Thank you so much for the channel members for supporting me. Click the join button below this video to become a channel member. See you tomorrow in Hungary. Thank you for watching. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Goodbye. Welcome to day 3. So far we've been to Malta and Greece. Today we're flying from Athens to Hungary. Let's go to Budapest. Welcome to Budapest, Hungary. How can Ryanair fly me here for £19? I have no idea, but we're going to jump on the 100 bus. Welcome to Budapest, Hungary. So I just took the bus from the airport to the city. It's around 45 minutes and it costs 2,200 Hungarian forint. So they don't have euros here. Gonna head towards like the main area. So there's a river running through the city, and it splits Buda and Pest. So when you put them together, Budapest. So this looks like Main Street or something. Very, very clean streets. I was surprised by that. But I've also seen a lot of homeless people already. So right now I'm crossing the Chain Bridge. It was the first permanent bridge over the Danube in Hungary, built in 1849. It's 70 degrees today. It's beautiful. We're heading all the way up there. Nice view from here. Very nice city. I saw on the news recently that in London a guy climbed up here on Tower Bridge. There is a funicular over there, but I don't want to be packed somewhere with everyone. I think we can walk up there. It's a nice day, so let's try. I like this Porsche. I like this license plate. H for Hungary. So I guess this is the entrance if you want to walk up. So over there is the funicular, so just go to the left about 5 minutes. Let's try and go up here. If you watched yesterday's video in Athens, Greece, we had a lovely day and then we got poured on. It rained so much. I don't think that's going to happen today because the weather is beautiful here in Budapest. This is really nice. Taken care of very well. So over here they have a very long escalator, but it's closed. It looks like there's quite a lot of routes closed, and it says use the alternative routes, which are the yellow ones. So I see people going this way, so maybe we can go this way. Look at that view. There's an old lady struggling trying to get down here. So the funicular, 4,000 florint, which is like $8 or $9 US. Probably worth it to take it if you don't want to walk up. Wow, look at that view. I am so lucky that I can come to places like this on a Tuesday afternoon, and I've got the support of Safety Wing for this whole 5-day series. The great thing about Safety Wing is you can start your coverage whenever you want to, even after you've started traveling. So click the link in the description to get covered for your next trip with Safety Wing. So that big thing is Buda Castle. It was the residence of some Hungarian kings, but now it's the National Gallery and the History Museum. Amazing. Imagine being the king, waking up, looking out there. I'm hearing a lot of British accents. A lot of British people like to come here. The main reason is because they can get cheap beer. Whenever I'm traveling, I take so many pictures for other people, and usually people wait for them to like ask them, oh, can you help me take a picture? But I ask them because I can see them struggling, and of course they want to ask someone, but everyone or some people feel awkward like asking a stranger or whatever. So I'm like, can I just help you take it? Like, it'll be so much easier. And they're always so happy to say yes. There is a lot of construction going on around the castle. I guess that's what they need to do to keep it fresh, because these places are very, very old. So they gotta keep up the work. Feels like a little village up here, and there's some guards. They look like they're from James Bond or something. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that James Bond fought against those guys. I've seen them in a movie before. I love history. I love learning about history and like seeing old buildings and stuff. But the thing is, today we recycle everything. So old buildings, like, is it really going to be buildings that survive from today? I don't think so, because we knock everything down and like build new stuff. You forget that you are on top of a hill. Like, all of this is right at the top of that hill. So like I said, there's a lot of British people here. I just heard a British couple say dilly dally. If you're an American, can you guess what that means? Dilly dally. Feels like we're in a little village. We are still on the hill, but just down the street from the castle is the Fisherman's Bastion. And that is a lot of peppers. So just reading the history about this place. So the Fisherman's Bastion is a stunning neo-Gothic and neo-Romanesque terrace. It was built in the 19th century. It's named after the guild of fishermen responsible for defending this stretch of the city walls during medieval times. What does that mean? Does that mean the fishermen were responsible for fighting, defending this area? It's huge, so well done fishermen. But yeah, when did the fishermen get dragged into defending? One thing I always wonder when I see places like this, so that tower there, that is 44 meters tall, or 144 feet. Why? Why is it not 50 meters? Why is it not 45? Why is it 44 meters? I don't understand it. And by the way, if I stand right here, if I stand right next to it, every single person that's going to take a picture is going to get me in it. So how many pictures do you think you're in that a stranger has on their phone or on their camera? Weird, huh? Look at those carvings. Are these the fishermen? The famous fishermen? One thing I really like about Budapest, unlike other European cities, is there's not people trying to bother you selling you stuff on the street, so that's good. Shall I go down into the dungeon? Nah, it's a souvenir shop. That is a cool photo. It's like you have your own photo frame. That's really cool. Did you know that Hungary's got its very own Ghostbusters? I have no idea how you build something like that, but does anyone know why the doors are so small? Look at that. I feel like a hobbit. That is very, very impressive. Very medieval. Let's continue. I swear when I travel I must walk a million miles, but it's really the best way to see the city, because if you take taxis everywhere, if you take guided tours everywhere, you miss out on a lot of stuff, I think. Someone wrote a comment on one of my recent videos and they said that they like my little comments about stuff, like just stuff that I see. And to be honest, like if I see something and it makes me think of something, then I'll just say it, even if it's very silly. Like for example, there's a Labrador over there, dog, and the owner like said something in Hungarian, and then the dog came. And it's like, that dog understands Hungarian. But if you said it in English, you probably wouldn't understand. And I remember seeing a story about this is completely off topic, nothing to do with today's video, but I remember seeing a story about American couple. So they adopted a dog from a shelter. And the owner said, yeah, like the dog's really good with commands, like he will listen to you and all that. And then like a week later, they called the adoption people back and they said the dog doesn't listen to us. And I was like, oh, by the way, like the last owners, they speak Spanish. So then they started speaking Spanish to the dog, and then the dog understood like sit and come and like stuff like that. Yeah, it was super funny. We're going to cross back over the chain bridge. We are heading over there. I think that big one there is the Parliament building. We'll find out when we get over there, but the weather makes such a difference, because if it was raining, snowing, cold, it would not be as fun. Over here is Viking river cruises. Has anyone taken a river cruise? Welcome to Budapest Beach. We were just all the way up there. We're going to walk along the river. So I've arrived at the next destination. I wasn't sure whether I was going to put it in the video or not, but I mean, it's reality, so I am going to. So I'm at the Shoes on the Danube bank. It's a memorial commemorating the victims of the Holocaust. It contains 60 pairs of iron shoes scattered along the riverbank, representing the Jews that were ordered to take off their shoes before being shot by the military in World War II. Here it is. So I do think stuff like this is important, because it's not about being proud of it, it's about acknowledging that it happened, because the fact that there's like little kids' shoes over there, and you know, you can't even imagine what happened that day or whenever it happened. But yeah, it's really sad that just because of what people believed and it actually happened, it's real life. War is hell. War is hell. Hopefully we don't have to, well, the human race doesn't have to go through something like that ever again, but you always worry about everything that goes on around the world. That's why I'm so happy and I'm lucky to just be walking along here on a Tuesday afternoon with no worries. I feel safe, and you know, some people didn't, some people don't right now, and hopefully things get better for everyone. So I'm going to carry on walking along the river. There's an island over here we're going to check out. That is the Houses of Parliament. Actually, it's the House of Parliament, not houses. Wow, check out these bikes. These look really cool. Got the fat tire. Wow, that's so cool. I want to do that. Check out yesterday's video in Athens, because we saw the site of the first modern Olympic Games in 1894. Got another group on the bikes. They look so fun. Welcome to Margaret Island. It's a very popular place for people to come and relax, bring their dogs, ride some bikes. I'm gonna have to put music over it because of copyright, but there's a fountain here that shoots water to the music. That's the name of the fountain. They actually have a real schedule here, so it tells you which songs are going to play. Hopefully you can see that, so then you can come back at whatever time to hear what song you want. Let's take a walk around the park a little bit. So if this is the first video that you are seeing of this series, go and watch day 1 in Malta, go and watch day 2 in Athens. I genuinely don't know where I'm going to be flying to tomorrow, but I know I'm going to be flying somewhere. Whatever the cheapest flight is out of Budapest, that's the flight I'm going to take. Could be anywhere. I find out and then I tell you, because I don't know. Someday today I will look at flights, find the cheapest one, book it, and then tell you. That's how it works. Don't know where I'm going to be, and then we just have a day there. That's literally what this series is all about, and it's been really good so far. I've really enjoyed it. I think I got very lucky with the 3 places that I've been so far. Who knows what the last 2 are going to be. I actually think I picked the perfect time of the year to do a trip like this, because these places get very hot, and they also get very cold, and the weather's been really nice. Apart from yesterday, we got rained on a lot in Athens, but that's all right. But yeah, today is absolutely perfect. It feels perfect. I wish the UK was like this, because I love nice weather. I hate the cold. I'm happy to go to cold places. I've been to some very cold places, but you cannot beat this weather. It makes everybody feel so much happier. You can do way more stuff, you can be outside, and that's what I love. So hopefully we get 2 last interesting places to go to. Who knows where it's going to be, could love it, could hate it, but that's what traveling's all about, going and seeing for yourself. And that's what my life is. This is my life, and hopefully you want to carry on watching, so hit the subscribe if you want to follow me wherever I end up. I just love parks like this in the middle of busy big cities, because so many people out there, so many tall buildings and cars driving fast, and then you can see places like this, people just relaxing, hanging out, enjoying the sun, and not many people, which is great. And I also think that's another good reason for traveling this time of year, because the summer, the high season, there'll be so many more people. But of course we're still in the spring now. And also, if you watched yesterday's video in Athens, I was staying in a hostel, and I made a comment about the hostel experience really depends on other people, because it doesn't matter how nice the hostel is, doesn't matter how clean it is, how warm it is, whatever. If somebody's snoring, if someone's making noise, then it's not a good experience. And that's exactly what I got. I didn't get any sleep last night, maybe like an hour or two because somebody was snoring, but you know, that's life. It's just for one night. And I am staying in a hostel tonight as well, and it cost £11. It cost £11, so we're gonna see what £11 a night gets you here in Budapest, Hungary, because last year a lot of you watched the video of me staying in New York City, and I stayed in a hotel. I'm not even going to call it a hotel because it's definitely not, and that place was like $60 a night or something, and I got so many comments of people saying, well, that's what you get what you paid for, that's what you expect when you get a cheap room and la la la, whatever. And every single place that I've stayed in so far during this trip has been cheaper than that one in New York City, and it's been so much better. Doesn't matter, it's like I'd rather stay in a hostel that's clean, that's warm, that has hot showers, that doesn't have cockroaches, than stay in that place in New York City and pay twice as much. And we're gonna see if the £11 a night hostel in Budapest is better than the $60 a night in New York City. My guess is yes. I haven't even seen it yet, but I guess yes, because I got so many comments on that video, just people saying the same thing. What do you expect? What do you expect? I expect what I pay for. It doesn't matter how cheap a place is, you should be able to live in it. But I guess so many, I'm gonna say it, so many Americans don't expect that. So many Americans just think that because it's cheap it should be crap, and I don't have that mindset. I feel like it should still be livable, and let's see what £11 gets us in Hungary. To be honest, I don't know where I'm going. It looks like Margaret Islands has a long, I guess, main street running straight through it, so we're going to walk to the end. Let's see. On the map it says there's like a swimming pool, there's a zoo, I think there might be a museum and stuff, so there's a lot of people just hanging out, having picnics, playing some games. So really nice day. Let's see what's at the end of this. I think this is the swimming pools. I can see people inside there. So here's the ticket list. So for a weekday, 3,200 forints, which is like $7 US. I bet it's amazing in the summer. I bet it's packed in the summer though. This park is beautiful. If you want to tip when you're traveling, if you're not sure of something, or if you're lost, find someone with a dog and ask them, because you know they're local, because they live here, because people don't travel with dogs usually. So I just asked the local, can we exit the park that way? She said yes, so we can walk the whole length of the park. Inside there is an open air theatre, and just down this way is a Japanese garden. I love seeing old people still traveling, taking some pictures, because I just picture them going home, showing their grandkids. This is what I saw today. So there's a few hotels in the park. This is a spa and hotel. Looks huge, very nice. It looks like a haunted mansion. It is a great day to be alive. That is a thermal spa. Welcome to the Japanese garden. Play some Japanese music. I love Japan a lot. I can't wait to go back. I'm hoping to make it back sometime this year. We're leaving Margaret Island right now. Definitely worth visiting, spend a nice afternoon there, have a picnic or something. I love walking through residential areas. It doesn't make a very good video and it's not that exciting, but I think it's so interesting. Like, people live here, people walk down the street every single day, and this is the one day out of my whole life that I walk down here. Maybe I'm the only one that finds that interesting, but yeah, I love seeing real countries, not just the hot spots. See, I'm walking through this residential area, loads of tall apartment buildings everywhere. There's a park right here. I bet these kids play in this park every single day after school. Just a normal park. I have no idea where I am, no idea if it's dangerous or where I am. I have no idea, but this is the real Hungary. Maybe it's not interesting to anyone else, but I think it's interesting. So this is a school, so all the kids are coming out of school right now. It's 4:30 and they're going straight to the playground. They probably do that every single day. And again, if I'm comparing yesterday to today, in yesterday's video I got lost and ended up in this residential horrible area. Horrible, and it didn't feel like the rest of Athens, to be honest. And I did feel safe in the rest of Athens, only that area I didn't feel safe. But walking through that residential area there, I felt completely safe, completely different to Athens, so I definitely feel safe here as well. We've made it to Heroes Square. So that is a museum. I think this is a statue for the millennium, not too sure, but huge area. I wonder if they have a Christmas market here. It would make sense if it was here. Nice, very clean, big space. I was trying to listen to the tour group, but it's in Hungarian, so the only thing I got was Budapest. So this is in Budapest. There you go, Budapest. This square is huge. A lot of tour groups coming over here, so it must be pretty famous. I could do that. I just left my bike at home. All right, it's time to get some dinner. I have a great idea. All right, it's not a great idea, but it is an idea. At least I went a little bit healthy and had a wrap. So that meal was 2,700, which is like $7 US, so way cheaper. And they have strawberry milkshake. Not every country has milkshake. And now it's time to go to our £11 accommodation. I'm staying at the Maverick Urban Lodge. So welcome to the Maverick Urban Lodge. I'm 308. As you can see, you come in, very nice, very clean bathroom, shower. Again, very clean. I'm number one up there. Look at that, 0 cockroaches, 0 bed bugs. This cost £11. That one in New York cost 6 times as much as this. Go and watch that video if you haven't watched that video. And every single person that said, well, you get what you pay for. Yeah, you get what you pay for in America, in New York City. Because I paid £11 for this. Look at it, spotless. Check the bed. Oh, no bed bugs. Oh, look, no bed bugs. Standards. Everybody gets their own locker. It's very safe. 24/7. Reception. There's a bar down there. There's laundry. Standards, people, standards. You do get what you paid for. You're absolutely right. Anyway, that's the end of this day in Budapest. I'm going to take a shower, go to bed. But what did you think of Budapest? Have you ever been here? Would you ever come here? Thank you so much for watching day 3. Click the link in the description to get your insurance with Safety Wing. And tomorrow, the cheapest flight I can get out of Budapest is to Denmark. If you want to see Denmark and beyond, then hit the like, hit the subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. See you tomorrow. Goodbye. Today we are going to the 4th country in 4 days. We've been to Malta, Greece and Hungary. Today we're flying to Denmark. Let's go to Copenhagen. That's the first time I've actually heard anybody snoring on a plane. Anyway, welcome to Copenhagen. I have no idea how Wizz Air can fly me from another country for £17. I don't know, but Wizz Air is a budget Hungarian airline. So, welcome to Copenhagen. I'm gonna jump on the metro to the Copenhagen city center. I got my ticket, it cost 30 crowns, so they don't have euros here. Look at this Spider-Man Earth. So the airport's here, and we are going to this one, Kongens Nytorv. That's right in the center of Copenhagen. So if you come to this station, you're going to see a big square. If you go over there, you'll see something very special. So this square is absolutely beautiful. There's a famous hotel here. Over there's an opera house, and in the hotel, some of the famous people that have stayed there, Justin Bieber and Obama. Who's more famous? We have another beautiful day. I've been so lucky for the weather during this trip. If this is the first video that you're seeing, this is day 4. Where have you been? Go and watch the other videos, hit subscribe, because we have today in Copenhagen, then we have one more country to go tomorrow. I have no idea where I'm going to be tomorrow. I literally spend a day in a city and then find the cheapest flight and then go there tomorrow. So in about less than 24 hours time, I'll be back at Copenhagen airport, flying somewhere. Whatever the cheapest flight is, I'll be going there. So when you think of Copenhagen and when you look it up on the internet, you probably see that. So I'm currently in Nyhavn, which means new harbor, and it's beautiful. I just love the colors of the buildings. And down here you can take a canal cruise, which I'm going to try and do right now.
And that part, when I tell you to, please remain seated and keep your hands inside the boat.
Well, that was so much fun. So there was a guy at the front like telling us so much cool information, but I'm a little bit confused because there's two I guess canal boat companies here. So this one costs 60 crowns, which is like $9 US, and over there that one is the equivalent of $27 US. So I honestly don't know the difference between the two tours. It looked like they're exactly the same. They have a person at the front telling you information, and so I don't know why anyone would go there when that one is 3 times as cheaper. I don't know. So if you come here, I guess don't go to the first one, just go a little bit down and it's literally right there, and you'll save a lot of money. I just want to take some time to thank Safety Wing. They have partnered with me for this entire trip. So no matter if you're traveling short term or long term, Safety Wing has you covered. So click the link in the description to get your insurance for your next trip. I think the best fact that I heard during the canal tour was in the 1600s in Denmark, it was safer to drink beer than the water. There is no time to waste. Let's go and see Copenhagen. By the way, the canal tours, they're every 30 minutes and each tour takes 1 hour, so make sure you're there in plenty of time. Another thing that I learned is I had no idea that Denmark had so much bad history with Sweden. I thought all of these countries in this area were all friends, but I guess they're not. And the Nyhavn area over there, it was built by Swedish prisoners of war, and it used to be slums, but I guess now it's a tourist attraction. But that's also the same as the River Thames. Like it used to be poor if you lived by the river, but now you're rich if you live by the river, because I mean the houses along the River Thames are so expensive. It's the same here, because the tour guide said that some of the apartments like overlooking the harbour, they go for like, I think he said 10 million euros, the most expensive apartment ever. So that is Frederick's Church. It has one of the biggest church domes in the whole of Europe. Let's go inside. Wow, that was beautiful. Absolutely huge inside. Now we're going just across the street. But this is the residence of the royal family of Denmark, and I know that they have underground tunnels here. So of course if they want to get to there, they don't want to walk across the square. So I'm pretty sure that they can access all of these buildings with through tunnels. And one of these, I'm not sure which one it is, one of these is like a guest house. So when like royal family of other countries visit, that's where they stay. Not sure which one it is, but yeah, this place is cool. There's some guards over here. The guard just told me off for standing in this archway. Let's keep walking. So that is the Royal Danish Theatre. You can see opera and ballet. And an interesting fact is the guy that wrote The Little Mermaid, his name's Hans Christian Andersen, but he wanted to be a ballet dancer, but they said he was too ugly. So then he started writing, and he ended up writing The Little Mermaid. I can't believe we only have one more day of the challenge left. Well, the rest of today and then tomorrow. Where are we going to end up? I don't know. I think we've been very lucky so far because every single country has been so cool. And they're all so unique, you know, they're all so different. If I got like beach, or I got like city, like it would be very similar. But I feel like the places that we've been to so far have all been very different. One thing that's really, really cool about this city is there's so many people that ride bikes. And if you want another tip when you're traveling, if you're not sure like what the local rules are, just follow the locals. So for example, some countries people would just go. Like if there's no cars but it's still a red light, they would go. But here, everybody waits. Nobody will cross unless the light is green. Just follow the locals. I see so many people with these as well. So mom and dad will ride and then the kids sit in there. The kids look like they're having the time of their lives. So I'm pretty sure we went by here on the boat, but we're gonna go across here. So if you come to Copenhagen, most of the stuff is named after Christian or Frederick. This is Christianborg Palace. So this is where the Danish Parliament is, and this is where the office of the Prime Minister is. There's a lot of official looking people over there, so maybe he's here, I don't know, but this place is so huge. White horses. I love the different colored houses. So the tour guide on the boat tour, he told us that the reason they're so high and skinny is because you pay more tax depending on how much land you take. So you can build it as high as you want and you won't pay any more tax, but it depends how much the area you take up. The tour guide also said that there's a few kayak places that let you take a kayak for free and rent it if you bring back some trash. So I think they need more people to do that. Looks like we found the shopping area. I think we've gone from the cheapest country, Hungary, to the most expensive. Denmark is ridiculously expensive. Made it to the botanical gardens. Got my lunch. Let's take a seat. We found a nice spot. I hope kylling. I hope that's chicken. But we're doing everything on a budget for these 5 days, including accommodation. So last night we stayed in a place in Budapest that cost £11 and it was very nice. I slept a lot of hours and my accommodation for tonight is just over there. So when we eat lunch, I'll go and show you. But today it cost £21. So I'm going to say what I said in yesterday's video. Anybody that complained about me choosing a cheap place when I stayed in New York City and they said, well, I deserve it because you get what you paid for. Yeah, you're right. Turns out kylling is chicken in Danish, and this is the King's Garden. The botanical garden is the other side, so we're gonna go check into the hostel now. So tonight we're staying in the Generator. This place is huge. It's a whole thing there. So I don't mind a hostel as long as it's for one night. If it's safe and clean and I can have a hot shower, then I'm completely happy, and I'm just showing you how that you can travel as cheaply as possible because you can do it. So here's like the common area. They got shuffleboard over here. Staying in hostels is a great way to meet people if you're solo traveling, because most of the people staying in hostels are solo traveling too, so it's a great way to meet other solo travelers. So I'm in number 411 and there's my bed, number 3. So this is what you get for £21 a night in Copenhagen. Very clean, it's very safe, very cheap. And the one in New York City was 3 times the price of this, and there was bugs everywhere, and it was horrible. So happy with this for one night. Like I said, I don't need much. As long as it's safe and clean, I can take a shower and I'm happy. I'll be waking up very, very early to go to the airport, so I won't be here for that long. So this is good enough for me. So that's the Generator. Looks good enough for one night. I'm happy with that. We have a few more things to see around Copenhagen and the weather's still beautiful, so let's take a walk. I've already said it, but the prices here in Budapest, they're so different. Like, you can have a very, very nice dinner for probably $6 or $7 US. Here you're gonna spend at least 17, 18. I've also said it in all the other videos, but I do feel very, very safe here as well. There are some homeless people here, which is kind of surprising because the streets are pretty clean. There's a lot of graffiti here, which I didn't expect. But another thing that's very interesting, and I don't really understand it, is that some countries, like the signs and stuff, they're in the local language plus English, but here there's not. And many countries, they only have it in their local language, which is fine, I'm not complaining, but it's just interesting which ones have English. Like even like menus, like a lot of restaurants, they don't have the menu in English, which is again fine, but it's interesting that many countries do that. By the way, I have to keep saying that it's fine, I'm not complaining, because there's always people that write a comment saying, well, you went to another country and you expect to see English. No, I honestly don't expect to see English. It's just interesting to see English sometimes and not see English. Not complaining ever. And on the topic of English, everybody speaks English. I think that some Scandinavian people speak better English than British people. I just arrived at Valletta, and this is what it looks like on the map. It looks like a star, so I think there's a castle or something in the middle, so it's beautiful. Let's see what it's all about. This is really cool. There's a big church there. We can go further inside. Got some guards over here. Look at this, like a little village. This is really cool. Oh, I saw some people up here. Let's go here first. Just reading up about this place, it was originally constructed in 1626 as a defense system. And it's had a few different uses since then. Of course, now it's just a public park, but it's been a prison, it's been a museum, it's been residence. So they built it shaped like a star because, of course, they wanted five different points to put guns. So that's why it's shaped like a star, so they can defend it from each angle. It's a very popular for runners. There's a lot of runners running around the star, but also over there is the Little Mermaid statue, and we saw it on the canal tour, and the tour guide said it was voted #2 in the worst tourist attractions in Europe. He didn't tell me what #1 was. The grounds look really nice, look really taken care of. It also said this was used as barracks. I don't know if it still is now because there's guards over there. I swear I just saw a sausage dog that was like 4 feet long. His belly was rubbing on the ground. Kind of looks like a school or something, boarding school, but I think it's a memorial. Yeah, I see some fire over here. So there is fire, and then there's just names of countries. It doesn't say like why or anything, but it's just got countries. Anyone know why? And then over here it's got the names of people, I think, and then it's got some dates as well. Yeah, it's the names of like military people from different countries, so maybe they helped Denmark at some point. These little houses are really cool. They might be offices or something, but look what I found. Veronica, I found your MSC name tag. She's a waitress from Brazil. MSC Cruises, there you go. No idea why that's there. Imagine playing football down the street. Sounds like fun. But yeah, I couldn't find any information about what goes on here now, because it just says now it's a tourist attraction, so but they have to use this for something. It's probably just offices, or maybe it's barracks, like the soldiers stay here, I'm not too sure. So there's one tour guide just here doing a bike tour, and he literally just said these buildings now are used for barracks and some offices. Yes, that's literally what I just said. But he also said that some of the Secret Service use some of these offices too. I think there's one more thing we can see over here. I'm guessing this is a church or a meeting hall or something. Welcome to Amsterdam. That's a cool windmill. By the way, there's a sign down there that says no entry, do not go on the grass. So of course these two guys need to film their TikTok, so they must be pretty important guys. Here you go, I'll show you the sign. No entry. But those guys are important. Well, that was cool. Definitely worth visiting if it's a nice day. Take a walk around the star. So on the map it's either called the Castellet or sometimes called the Citadel. Really nice. We are going to take a walk through the city one more time. We have one more location to go to. Mexico flag, Mexican restaurant, or Mexico embassy. Frederick's Church, Amalienborg. I'm back at the Newhound area. The harbor's over there. There's so many people. Today's a Wednesday, by the way. The weather's beautiful. It is just almost 5 o'clock, so people are finishing work. This is one of the main issues I have with the UK, because we simply cannot rely on the weather. Like, we cannot, because like this is May, like this is spring weather. Like, this is what it should be like in May, this is what it should be like in spring, but we don't have that. Like, we're very lucky if we have a sunny day. Like, spring could literally be snowing or raining, or it could be thunderstorms, it could be sunny. Like, we literally have no idea, so it's really difficult to like plan something, because you don't know what the weather's going to be like. Like, I wish we had like real seasons. And somebody sent me a message recently saying they're going to the UK. I think they said in like August, September, and they was like, what's the weather going to be like? And I was like, I have no idea. Like, because nobody knows. Like, they really don't know. So just because it's summer in the UK does not mean it's going to be sunny. Whereas places like this, you can absolutely rely on the weather. I love it. I wish the weather was like this. So welcome to City Hall Square. So there's a few interesting things in the square. Of course, there is City Hall, absolutely huge. That is the Dragon Fountain. Over there, that guy on the statue, he is Mr. Carlsberg, the beer guy. So he's the one that many people need to thank, but the main attraction is right over there. So down here on the southwest side of the square is Tivoli. Now this is the second oldest theme park in Denmark. Many people think it's the first, but it's not. There's one that's way older somewhere else in Denmark. But the very, very, very interesting history of this place is Walt Disney himself visited Tivoli 7 or 8 times, and he took so much inspiration from Tivoli that he went back to the US and he started to build Disneyland. So this is where Walt Disney got his inspiration for Disneyland. How amazing is that? Apparently he admired the cleanliness, he admired how much fun people were having, the food stands, the excitement. So he took a lot of that back for himself and he put it into his own park, which later became Disneyland in California. So you could say that Disneyland started right here. Maybe that's too much of a push to say that, but you could say that maybe Disneyland would not be what it is today if it wasn't for this place, Tivoli, right here in the middle of Copenhagen, Denmark. Tivoli has been open since 1843. That's very old for a theme park. And Disneyland California opened in 1955. I just think that's so amazing. It's only amazing because of what Disney has become. Of course, it's worldwide now, but yeah, he actually came here himself 7 or 8 times. So I'm sure after the first time he said, oh, I need to go back to that place, need to go back. So he kept coming back. He kept getting ideas, taking it home, and then put it inside his own park, Disneyland. I think that's amazing. Of course you can go inside. It's a real life theme park and it's still open to this day. It's one of the most popular things that people come to Denmark to do. If you look up things to do in Copenhagen, it's top of the list. So definitely go inside Tivoli. So I think day 4 is going to end right here at City Hall Square. Thank you so much for going to Copenhagen with me. Did you like it? Have you been here before? So tomorrow is the last day of the 5-day challenge and we are going to Austria. So if you would like to see Austria, hit the like, hit the subscribe, click the link in the description to get your insurance with Safety Wings. Thank you so much for watching. See you tomorrow in Austria. Goodbye. Welcome to the 5th and final day of taking the cheapest flight every single day just to see where we end up. We spent yesterday in Copenhagen. I'm at Copenhagen airport right now and today we're flying to Austria. Let's go to Vienna. Wow, what a morning, what a morning. So I'm already in Vienna. I just wanted to get outside the airport because it was crazy. Those people everywhere trying to get the train and the buses. Anyway, there's like an express train and then there's a city train. I have no idea. So I just paid €2.10 and then jumped on the next train because I don't know what was going on. But first, let's talk about that flight. So that flight was with Ryanair, but of course it wasn't a Ryanair airplane. So they told us that the airplane was broken. So they needed a replacement airplane. So it was delayed for an hour waiting for a new plane. And then we went on the Launder airplane, which I guess is like a replacement plane. And then we sit there for 30 minutes and then they said on the loudspeaker, is there a doctor or a nurse on the plane? I thought that only happened in the movies. I didn't think that was real. But yeah, so a guy stood up, he was like, yeah, I'm a doctor, and then like someone was having like a medical emergency or something, so I was like, yeah, like that guy's so cool. But yeah, unfortunately they had to get off, so we was late for an hour, but we finally made it. And then yeah, it happens in real life, not just the movies. So that train I was on, that's going to continue to Salzburg. We're not going to talk about Salzburg today, because if you didn't see those videos, go and watch those. It was so cold, but this is cool. I don't really know what to expect from Vienna, to be honest, because I don't know if it's going to be similar to Salzburg. The weather is a little bit similar because it's chilly. I wouldn't say it's cold, but it's chilly today. Yeah, definitely not the same as Greece. If this is the first video of mine that you're seeing, before you say, well, why did you go there? I didn't choose it. Well, I kind of chose it, but I just booked the cheapest flight, whatever the cheapest flight was, from Copenhagen this morning, and it happened to be to Vienna. So that's why I booked it. The last 5 days, I've been booking the cheapest flight and just seeing where I end up. So I kind of chose it, but I had to book it. Just entering now the botanical gardens. Look at that. Very, very, very nice. I love this challenge. It's been so much fun, but I wish it could be like a mystery. Like I wish I could just get on a plane and just see where I am, like when I get there. You know, I mean, it's not possible because someone else would have to book it, and then you know, no one would have to tell me where I am, whatever. But yeah, that sounds so much fun. But if you haven't watched the videos, go and watch them. This is number 5, Where Have You Been? At the end of this video, I'll do a quick summary, and then tomorrow, I think I'm gonna talk about the whole series, what I would have done differently, because there's definitely things I would have done differently. This park is beautiful, and that thing is a big arts museum. I think the University of Vienna is over there. But yeah, this park is spotless, very well taken care of. Very, very peaceful today. Today is a Thursday, by the way, so I don't think we're gonna get many tourists today. I wish it was warmer. Look at this. This is amazing. I just love how perfect everything is. The flowers, the grass. Wow. Nice view of the city too. We're gonna head straight over there. One thing that I always find so interesting about big buildings like that is it was built for someone to live in it. Like they never ever built buildings to be museums, you know? They kind of start as residents and then they become museums when, you know, history, whatever. But I don't think there's any big building in the world that wasn't built for someone to live in it. Am I wrong? Maybe I'm wrong, but yeah, so this at one time I assume was somebody's house, and he could stand up there on the grand balcony and look out at his garden and he could see this. How amazing is that? I'll tell you what else is amazing. Robot lawnmower. Look at that thing. That's the future right there. That's the future. Amazing. I can leave Austria happy now. So I was right. That's the Upper Belvedere, and it was originally built for Prince Eugene of Savoy, a prominent military leader and art patron in the early 18th century. Looks like Prince Eugene had a maze as well. Let's check it out. Just can't imagine walking around here knowing that it's yours. Amazing. And he didn't even have to buy it, it was built for him. Look at that thing. That's amazing. Anyway, let's go and walk 1,000,000 miles around Vienna. So here we go. This is what the streets of Vienna look like. I definitely think that a lot of Europe looks the same. Like, I think if you drop someone here, you wouldn't know which country they're in. There's so many countries that could be. That's a cool building. Has a Croatia flag. Must be the consulate. Got to put an extra layer on. I'm not cold, but I don't want to get cold. So I say it every single video, but the best way to see a city is go out there and see it. Because so many people, they land in a place, they get a taxi, then they take guided tours, then they, you know, everything is organized, everything is straight to the point, you know. Just walk around the street, see what you find. See, if you took a taxi, you would never see stuff like this. I don't know what it is, but you wouldn't have seen it. Look at that thing. That thing is spraying everywhere. Get away from it. Another thing I really find interesting is, so over there, that's the Palace Offenheim, which of course it used to be a palace, but now it's just like an office. It's like an insurance at a bank office, and there's a McDonald's on the ground floor. So, and this one too, look at it, it's huge. So of course when these buildings were built, they were so important, but now they're just not. They're just offices. These buildings are so impressive, but maybe it's just me, but I couldn't look at these buildings and say, yep, that's Austria. Like, it could be Germany, it could be Spain, Italy. Maybe that's just me, but I don't see any difference. I'm sure there are some small differences, but they're very, very, very similar. A lot of European countries. Very impressive, but They look the same to me. There's an Irish pub at every city in the world. Flanagan's. Just think about the prices here compared to the other cities. I think that Copenhagen's a little bit more expensive than here. It's still very, very expensive here. There's like a shopkeeper standing on the doorstep of her restaurant, just looking out like, where's all the customers? I look inside, there's not a single customer in there. And then I saw the sign. It's like €9 for a little sandwich. It's like, what do you expect with the prices like that? Look at this. Kids toy store. Kinder Backladen. Really cool. Austria is another country that has 0 signs in English. It's so funny which countries do and which countries don't. You want to see this view? Look at this. Look at that. Looks like they got a market over here too. Wow, feels like Christmas. Just like Christmas. That's a Dalmatian, and that is St. Stephen's Cathedral. It's absolutely huge. Before we go inside, I want to say thank you to Safety Wing. I'm always covered by Safety Wing whenever I travel. Safety Wing has supported this whole trip. They're so reliable, they're so flexible. There's always someone there when you need someone to talk to. So click the link in the description to get the insurance for your next trip. Let's go inside. Mat, your ribbon, wow, this place is very impressive. So it is free to come inside here. You can pay €7 to go inside here. I don't think it's worth it, but if you want to go inside, get a closer look, then you can. But this is very impressive. I'm not religious, but I love seeing buildings like this, and I love the organ. The organ's my favorite. So if you pay the €7, you can go right down to the front there, get a closer look. I think one thing that's lacking in here is the stained glass. I don't think it's that exciting. I think we need new stained glass, but everything else is very, very impressive. That was so great. So St. Stephen's Cathedral, everywhere I go today I put in the description so you can come here too. But I've been to church a few times and it's always been like tiny churches because my friends taking me, whatever. I've never ever been to like a service inside a huge church like that. I can't even imagine it. Another thing is there's people begging here, and I've been told that they're not genuine beggars, like they're from Romania or something, so don't give them money, but they literally sit right outside the church. I feel like so many countries that I've been to in Europe, literally right outside the door there'll be someone begging. I've been told not to give them money, so we're gonna take a walk around this area. This is known as the historic center of Vienna, and I hate to say it again, but American tourists, stop acting like American tourists, please. If you don't know what that means, then maybe you're one of them. Look at this small ice cream van. That might be the smallest I've ever seen. That's cool. So it looks like we're kind of downtown, the shopping area. So many people, many tourists, many tour groups. The weather's okay at the moment. It's gonna get colder though. Okay, Americans, please tell me, do you still have Foot Locker in America? Because I thought they closed down, but pretty much every single European country has a Foot Locker. Here's a whole store just for cheese. Look at these cheese wheels. Be your own boss. There you go, that's me. There's a dog. So this big thing is another museum. I'm not too sure how to say it. I'm going to show you instead of saying it because I don't want to get that wrong and upset some people. So let's see if we can go inside. Here's a question for you. Do you know why they put this net? Anyone know why? It's to stop birds going inside, that's why. Very impressive. Just the detail of these places is just crazy. How do you build something like this? I have no idea. So I actually think the real name of this place is Hofburg Palace. And it says that it holds the imperial crown of the Holy Roman Empire. I don't know if that's like a physical real crown or it means something else, I'm not sure, but yeah, Hofburg Palace. Hofburg Imperial Palace. And I also read that there's a horse riding school here too. You definitely know that because you can smell it. Oh yeah, now we're talking. We can definitely play football in here. Yeah, this is perfect for football. Look at that. Here's that word again. You can say it, but I'm not going to say it. Here's another one I'm not going to say. Is there a famous landmark anywhere in the world that doesn't have a cafe and a souvenir shop? That is another huge museum. Massive. I think traveling is so cool, and I think everybody should do it if they have the chance, because you just can't see stuff like that in Asia or in North America. You really can't. Of course, they have their own cool stuff, but yeah, Europe is special. Europe is different. I like a lot of things about Asia, I like a lot of things about North America, but yeah, travel if you can. I've never been to South America, never been to Africa, so I still need to go there someday. But yeah, travel's cool, travel's really cool. Now we're heading into Volkswagen, not Volkswagen, and no hoverbots, okay? They got some baby ducks right there. I say it every time, but every big city, every bustling city needs green area like this for people to get away from the busy streets and relax just for a little bit. I think it's so valuable, and it's scary to think that maybe one day there'll be no green left on the world because we keep building and building and building, and soon there'll be nothing left. I hope it doesn't happen. I hope they keep places like this, many parks in London, and they need them because people need to get away from the hustle and bustle of the busy city. So I hope places like this stay. This garden is beautiful, amazing. One thing that I think about is if I wasn't here, these people would still be sitting here, but I wouldn't know it. They wouldn't see me, but they would still be here. Just left the park. Here we are in the middle of Vienna, and there's scales here. I don't know why. I don't know if it's famous scales. There's no like sign or anything. Why would they have scales here? Anyone know? Looks like they're setting up for a concert over here. Sign says 20th of May. Look at that view. Imagine watching music here. So I just spoke to the security there. There's a concert tomorrow. Amazing place to play music. I just have no idea how you build something like this. It's absolutely perfect. So this is the city hall, and it's huge. Look at all those wires. Somebody somewhere knows what all that means. When you travel, you really realize how spoiled people are from English-speaking countries, just in terms of language, because we don't need to learn another language because everybody speaks English, and they speak really good English. Like even like little kids, even like bus drivers, like people that you don't expect to speak English, they still speak English because of course they have to, you know, they learn it in school. I feel like that's another thing that English-speaking countries should be doing, like getting their kids, should be mandatory to speak another language. Many schools do have this, but not all of them. And of course, for like every single country in the world, it's mandatory for the kids to learn English. But I mean, it's very difficult to say because if they learn Spanish and then they go to Italy, like it's useless. It's really difficult to choose which one language should be mandatory for kids to learn, because I mean English is universal, everybody speaks it everywhere. So I can see both sides, but it just, yeah, people don't expect natural English speakers to speak a second language because you kind of don't need to. So that is the University of Vienna. So this street is called the Ringstrasse, and it says online there's a lot of important buildings on this street, like the Opera building and Parliament, and it looks very busy. I'm guessing this is where the shopping, a lot of people like to do shopping too. But yeah, trams going through the middle. Let's check out Ringstrasse. There's another scale on the street. I hope Austrian people watch this video and please tell me why there's scales on the street. Got me some Austrian Haribos. Can we all agree that this is good for the environment but so annoying? It's just starting to rain. As long as we don't get a repeat of what happened in Athens, I think we'll be fine. We only have one day here, so we have no time to lose. Sheltering from the rain just a little bit because it's pouring. Eating my Haribo. But I'm just thinking about the series that we've just done. 5 days, 5 different countries. Like, so many people never ever leave their own country their whole life. So I feel very lucky that I've been able to do this. It's been so much fun, it's been tiring, but I can only do this because you watch my videos. So thank you so much for watching these videos. If this is the first one that you're seeing, then hit the subscribe, because there's so many more adventures that I want to do. I have so many ideas, but please tell me what you think. Like, please write a comment. I read every single comment, I reply to every single comment. I want to know what you think. If you think I should have done this, or I do this too much, or like, please tell me, you know, because I'm really trying to get better at making videos, because that's what I want to do, you know. Like I want to get better and I want to improve, and the only way I can improve is if you tell me what's wrong. So yeah, please tell me what you think about this series, if you enjoyed it, and yeah, if there's something that I should do differently next time. Just sitting here with my Haribo, watching the world go by in Vienna, Austria. Amazing. We've been to 5 different countries this week. Great experience. So I hate to say it, but a lot of these buildings look the same to me. So that is the Parliament building. So I guess that is Austria's Austria's version of the Houses of Parliament. Looks very cool, very white. Anyone know this hockey team? Starbulls Rosenheim. So this area is called the Museum Quarter, and that is the outer city gate, and this map says that we are here, and then over there 15, that's 15 outer city gate. So I'm guessing this whole thing at one time was the palace, because we're right next to the Hofburg Palace where we were just earlier today. So maybe this whole thing was part of that. It's huge. That one is the National History Museum. I think it's safe to say if you do not like museums, do not come to Austria. This is interesting. It's like a carousel, but instead of like the carts, they just put random stuff in there. And it's powered by bike as well, so you need to pedal it and it will go around. Look at that watering can. That's cool. Mini golf. I read about this market online. Looks really cool. Let's see if we can get some food here. It's almost dinner time, so not too busy at the moment. There's a lot of stands here, but it's only 5 o'clock, so they're not all open yet. So maybe if we can find something, we'll get something, but maybe not. Here comes the rain. I think we've been lucky. Only 2 days out of 5 days it's been raining, so can't complain. That is Charles's church. I feel like I've seen enough churches this week to last a lifetime, but it took 20 years to build, and the original architect died before it got finished, so his son finished it. So our next stop is going to be Stad Park. Online it looks beautiful, but it is not. I have no idea why this place is a tourist attraction, because it's nothing. I don't know. Let's walk across the bridge, see what's over there. So there is more over here, but it's just people playing football and basketball and skate park. Not much. We have been flying as cheap as possible this week. We've also been staying in accommodation as cheap as possible. We're staying in another hostel again tonight, so the only thing left is to go and check in. So I've talked about it a bit before, but I really don't mind staying in hostels as long as it's only for 1 or 2 nights. And it's actually a great way to meet other solo travelers if you are a solo traveler as well, because it's a very social experience. But also, as long as it's clean, as long as it's safe and I can have a hot shower, I don't care. Tonight we're staying in the Meninga. Let's go and see what £23 gets you in Vienna, Austria. Got my card, we're in 518. There's a lot of seating here. They have breakfast. It's very clean. A lot of space. This place is huge. A lot of hangout space. So there you go, 5 days, 5 flights, and we made it to 5 different countries. I'm so happy. I'm so tired, but I enjoyed it so much. I hope that you enjoyed watching this. This was really a challenge for me to show you that you can travel so cheap. There are 5 episodes there, so if you missed any, then definitely go and watch those. If you watched them all, thank you. Please write in the comments, my favorite place was blah blah blah, and then tell me what your favorite place was, because we went to Malta, Greece, Hungary, Denmark and Austria all in the last 5 days. Please tell me what your favorite place was, so I know that you watched every single video. The next video is going to be a big review of my experience doing this trip, because there's things I would have done very differently. There's things that I would recommend that you do next time if you want to take this trip. I don't recommend it, but there's so many more adventures coming, so thank you for watching this one. Always click the link in the description to get your insurance with Safety Wing. Thank you, Safety Wing, for supporting me and being my partner for this whole challenge. I've enjoyed this so much. I'm going to sleep for a few days because I need it. Thank you again. I'll see you very soon. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. Thank you. Bye bye.